WandaVision has just aired its final episode on Disney Plus, and as far as series go, this one was very good. I don't know, it wasn't as formulaic as other MCU films, and I think that's why it got so much high praise. Now, if I'm to be completely honest with you, I was never the biggest fan of superhero films, but I have started watching the MCU films, and from what I've watched already, I'm really enjoying them. But there is one thing that I've noticed with these films, and they follow a very similar formula and story. And that's not a bad thing at all. I feel like with a lot of the later films that have been released, they have a clearer vision and are normally better because they know what they're doing by then and they have a clear set structure. But with WandaVision, they just throw that structure out the window and it delivers on a show that is both different and also very complex. It doesn't really feel like a superhero story, not until the end at least. It has a very interesting tone. I think that's one of the reasons why so many people love to tune in each week. And it makes you so annoyed when something's about to be explained and they cut to the words, "Please stand by." Yeah, that's the real villain of the show. Besides, Agatha has that really catchy theme song, so she's kind of hard to hate. Now, the last time we saw these characters, Vision had died and Thanos took the Mind Stone from him, leaving Wanda alone after coming back from being snapped out of existence. But they don't actually follow up on these events. Instead, they start the first episode set in this 50s sitcom. And I just remember thinking, what on earth is going on here? Because they don't actually give any context. However, the show progresses with each episode taking place in a new era of television, and personally I really like this because they were willing to take risks with the show and really slow down and take their time with telling a good story. It's refreshing, and it being a series rather than a movie works so much better from a storytelling perspective. Like, no wonder it's one of Marvel's most successful projects. Now, this is the first piece of Marvel content we've got since 2019 with Spider-Man Far From Home ending Phase 3 and the entire Infinity Saga of the MCU. So WandaVision is kind of kicking off this new Phase 4 and this entire new era for Marvel, which must mean it has to be important, right? It has to have some importance because WandaVision isn't just some small-sized series about these two characters living a normal life and hiding their powers. It's the beginning of something big, in my opinion, and in this video I'll be discussing and theorising how WandaVision is the important first step that sets up the new phase of the MCU. Now, to start off, the series does set up some important key elements that might play a vital role in upcoming Marvel films. In episode 8, entitled Previously On, Agatha dives into Wanda's past with her and uncovers some major key elements about her life and trauma. We learn more about how Wanda got her powers from experimental tests with the Mind Stone, thus that's how she can control things, and also giving us more information from when she was first introduced in Age of Ultron. And up until now, we didn't actually really know a lot about Wanda's power set, considering she is easily one of the most powerful MCU characters, and as shown in WandaVision. But at the end of the episode it is revealed to Wanda herself and the audience from Agatha,
"This is chaos magic, Wanda. And that makes you the Scarlet Witch."
Now, this is where I had to do some research because not that I've actually read any of the Marvel comics before, but it's pretty well known that in the comics Wanda is referred to as Scarlet Witch. The reasoning the Marvel movies call her Wanda is all to do with the different rights to studios. However, in the Marvel films, they had to change the names if they wanted to use them, that's why she's referred to as Wanda. But as of 2019, Disney has acquired the rights to Fox, therefore Marvel now own the X-Men films, including the rights to the name Scarlet Witch. Now, in the comics, the Scarlet Witch is this legendary being that uses chaos magic. It is then revealed to Wanda in WandaVision that she is the Scarlet Witch. Now, according to the Darkhold book that Agatha reads in episode 9, she says, "The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven or need for incantation. Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. It is your destiny to destroy the world." Wanda, however, denies all of this, saying that she is not a witch and doesn't know any spells, and she wasn't taught magic. But that is what makes me curious, is the statement from the book, "It is her destiny to destroy the world." That there seems to be a massive threat that could well and truly be the nod to a future setup in the MCU. Could Wanda really be the next big villain in the Marvel movies, as big as Thanos? Well, it is a big possibility. Because for a while now, they have teased the possibility of a multiverse in the MCU, and I think WandaVision is a good indicator to this happening. This idea has been going around for a while now, and if you look at a few of Marvel's upcoming projects, it's pretty clear the direction they might be going in here. Spider-Man No Way Home, which is due to be releasing at the end of the year, has been rumoured to be set around the multiverse, and I think they're even going to bring some of the characters from the other Spider-Man movies back, but this so far has not been confirmed. And even in the teaser trailer where they reveal the title, it does this little glitch effect, which we have seen in WandaVision, so the two will definitely be connected. Now, I don't actually know if they're going to go in this direction. I think it's because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has already done this recently, so it would be a little strange if they did it again, but who knows. And speaking of strange, let's talk about the new Doctor Strange movie. I'm sorry, that was the worst transition ever. Not much is actually known about the sequel Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but with the name Multiverse in the title, I think it's fair to say that it will be following that premise. But back to WandaVision, because could Wanda really be the new villain of these movies? I mean, she's part of the Avengers, she helped take down Thanos, could she really turn bad? Well, when you think about Wanda's past and how much she has gone through, it doesn't actually seem that far-fetched. First off, her parents were killed in an attack when her and her brother were kids, and they were trapped for 2 days, about to be killed by a ticking bomb that just never went off and was believed to be a default. After surviving that, her and Pedro were used as test subjects when experimenting with the Mind Stone. This is how she got her powers, as shown in flashbacks in WandaVision. She then fell in love with Vision, however, this didn't last long because Wanda had to kill Vision so Thanos couldn't get the Mind Stone. She did succeed in this, but because Thanos had the Time Stone, he went back and Wanda had to watch Thanos rip the stone from his head and watch him die. Again. A few moments later, Wanda too was snapped out of existence and she didn't come back for another 5 years. And when she did come back, she was left with nothing. Shortly after this, she went to S.W.O.R.D. and saw that they were pulling apart Vision's body to use. She then was driven into her own madness and brought him back via her own reality in this sitcom era. In that week, she settled down with Vision, had twin boys, before it was all taken away from her again, and she was left with nothing. So if that's not enough for someone to become a villain in an MCU movie, I don't know what is. Wanda losing everything and ripping open the multiverse was predicted for the end of the series. However, Wanda did not do this and instead transformed into the Scarlet Witch and almost retired in a way, as we see her in this wood cabin in the end credits of episode 9. But the end credit scene is actually what I want to bring your attention over to. Because after everything that has happened, we see Wanda here, and then it zooms into the house a little more, and then we see another Wanda in the cabin, the Scarlet Witch maybe. Now this scene has just thrown me because what does it mean? Why are there two Wandas in this end credit scene? Well, personally, I think it has to do with Wanda becoming the Scarlet Witch at the end of the series, and this is just her practicing dark magic. She is seeing the extent of her abilities and what she can do. When it zooms in on her, in the background we hear the screams of her twin boys, Billy and Tommy, because there is an argument that the twins are still alive. When the Hex is being closed in, Vision and the twins disappear because they are a creation of the Hex and they can't survive without it. So is Wanda trying to bring them back via a different reality in this multiverse, trying to rip them from a whole new world and ultimately resulting in her opening the entire multiverse? I don't think it would take a lot for Wanda to get carried away and start meddling with different realities. Billy and Tommy could be the start with the new era of the Avengers. It opens up the opportunity for them to bring the X-Men into the MCU, as they already kind of hinted at with Quicksilver from the X-Men as the recast role of Pietro. I don't know, I've never seen the X-Men film, so that really confused me, but it is revealed in episode 9 that it's not Quicksilver, and instead it was just used as a joke, so yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. They might use it for an opportunity to do a massive crossover event, but who knows at this point. It's so many opportunities. It would be a challenge to try and get all of the franchises to just merge together, considering each film series has their own lore, but the universe is expanding with the MCU, so it is possible. Vision is also alive now with the white Vision that was created by S.W.O.R.D. Will definitely return in the future with Hex Vision giving him his memories, and Wanda is actually scheduled to appear in the upcoming Spider-Man movie along with Doctor Strange, and although it has not been confirmed that they are bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as the other Spider-Man, it has been confirmed that they are bringing back 2 of the villains from the previous Spider-Man movies. Now, back to the important question. Is WandaVision the important setup in this new phase of the MCU? Most definitely. WandaVision has already teased Captain Marvel 2 at the end of episode 9, and the MCU has tons of new movies coming out and Disney Plus shows in the next few years, and Wanda being the next big bad of the MCU makes perfect sense with her character. or at least she will unintentionally cause havoc, and by then it'll be too late and she would have caused already too much damage, and the multiverse will be in full swing for the next couple of phases of the MCU. But make sure to comment down below what your predictions are for the upcoming Marvel movies, because it's the MCU and really anything is a possibility. And thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little different from usual. I've never really done a Marvel video before, but I think it was necessary considering WandaVision had wrapped up the series. And even though there won't be another season to WandaVision due to it just being a one-off, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier is out today as of releasing this video. And sorry this video took so long to come out. Turns out it's actually my longest video, therefore it took longer to edit. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. And I'll see you next Friday.